My roommate's boyfriend moved in without asking, and now they're splitting my rent 3 ways instead of 2. When I objected, they said I was being financially controlling over shared living space. I've been living with my roommate Sarah for 8 months in a decent 2-bedroom apartment. We found the place together, both signed the lease, and agreed to split everything 50-50. It's worked perfectly until her boyfriend Marcus started spending more and more time here. At first it was just weekend visits, then a few nights during the week, then suddenly his gaming setup appeared in our living room. His food filled half our fridge, and his clothes were in the shared laundry area. I didn't say anything initially because I assumed it was temporary. Maybe his lease was ending or he was having roommate issues. But 3 months later, Marcus was clearly living here full-time without any conversation about it. He showers here every morning, works from home at our dining table, has his friends over for loud gaming sessions, and treats the place like he's been paying rent for years. Meanwhile, I am still splitting utilities and rent 50-50 with Sarah while essentially supporting a third resident. Last month, I finally brought it up to Sarah. I suggested that since Marcus is here every day, maybe we should adjust how we split expenses. Actually, Sarah said, Marcus and I have been talking about that. We think it makes sense to split everything 3 ways now. I was confused. 3 ways, but I'm the only one with my own bedroom. You 2 share a room. Yeah, but Marcus uses all the common areas just like we do. It's only fair that everyone contributes equally to the shared spaces. I tried to explain that wasn't how rent typically works. The person with the larger bedroom usually pays more, and couples who share a room don't each pay full individual rent. That's a really outdated way of thinking, Sarah said. We're all adults using the same kitchen, living room, and bathroom. Why should you pay less just because you are single? The math was insane. Instead of paying $800 a month for my half of our $1,600 rent, they wanted me to pay $533 while they each paid $533, meaning they'd split $1,066 for the master bedroom while I paid $533 for the smaller room. You are getting a bigger room and paying less than me per person. We're not paying less per person. We're each paying exactly the same amount you are, but you are a couple sharing a bedroom. I am one person in a smaller bedroom paying the same as each of you. She got frustrated and said I was being weird about money and that she thought I'd be happy to pay less rent. When I pointed out that I'd actually be paying more per square foot of private space, she accused me of being financially controlling. That's when Marcus joined the conversation. He said he'd been contributing to the household by cooking dinner sometimes, and that he deserved to have his living situation legitimized instead of being treated like a guest. I live here now, he said. I should have equal say in how we split expenses. You live here, but you are not on the lease, I pointed out, and nobody asked me if I wanted a third roommate. We don't need your permission to have our relationship progress naturally, Sarah said. You are acting like you own the place. I am acting like someone who signed a lease for a 2-bedroom apartment with 1 roommate, not 2. The argument escalated quickly. They accused me of being jealous of their relationship and trying to punish them for being happy together. I tried to explain that this wasn't about their relationship. It was about basic fairness in shared living expenses. Fine, Sarah finally said. If you want to be difficult about this, Marcus will just move in officially and we'll split everything 3 ways. Take it or leave it. I pointed out that adding someone to the lease requires landlord approval and that I'd have to agree to any changes since I am also a leaseholder. Actually, Marcus said, since Sarah's on the lease, she can have guests for extended periods. I don't technically need to be added to the lease to live here. That's when I realized they'd been planning this for weeks. They'd researched the legal loopholes, figured out the new payment structure, and presented it to me as a done deal. So my options are accept paying the same amount as each of you for a smaller space or what? Or find a new place?